Shalom. First and foremost, gonna give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ar HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. Alright, just finna get into this quick lesson. Alright, here you see the title right here of this video. Important news. Apple to begin implementing brain chips in humans to connect them with their iPhones, alright? So yeah, people are, or this so-called white man, Esau Edom, alright, they're rolling in, these micro C-hips, through various ways right now, through Apple, and we know Apple to be, a big, everybody know about Apple, everybody got an iPhone, So boom, that's fucking what? That's like damn near, that's like 75% of America right there. That's gonna, take the MOTB just off of Apple. I'm just speaking as a man when I say that too. All right. And I got an article right here. This is Apple working on brain implant to let users control devices with just their thoughts. All right. Apple is set to develop a brain implant chip, aka category-defining brain computer interface in tech terms that will allow users to control their iPhone, iPad, and Apple Vision Pro with just their thoughts. All right. So see, they're trying to make it seem like it's a cool thing, to do this, But, this will get you destroyed. The Lord will smoke you for taking this, Let me see. Let's watch this. Let's watch this video real quick.
Is a reality, and the future might be closer than you think. The technology is called a brain-computer interface, or BCI, and at the center of it is Synchron Stentrode, a tiny device implanted in the jugular vein and guided into a blood vessel near the brain's motor cortex. It picks up neural signals from the brain and wirelessly transmits them to external devices. No keyboard, no mouse, and no open brain surgery required. Synchron CEO Tom Oxley says the technology is transformative.
What we're doing differently is using the blood vessels as the natural highway into the brain and lacing the inside of the blood vessels with electrodes or sensors that can record activity from the brain. That platform then is like a Bluetooth out of your brain to control a computer or a device where there is no need for a keyboard or a mouse.
Synchron's tech is already changing lives. In this video, a man named Rodney, who has ALS, uses the implant and an Apple Vision Pro headset to text his wife, turn on lights and fans, and even feed his dog. To mark Global Accessibility Awareness Day on May 15th, Apple announced new features supporting BCIs across its devices, making it easier for users with limited mobility to interact with their tech hands-free. Apple has made accessibility a key part of its products for years, adding features that help people with disabilities use their devices. Recent updates include tools like voice control and sound recognition, and now built-in eye tracking for iPhone and iPad. This lets users control their devices just by moving their eyes using the front-facing camera. But Apple's new support for brain-computer interfaces takes it up a notch, making it possible for users to control their devices with no movement at all. Synchron isn't alone in this space. Elon Musk's company Neuralink is also developing a brain chip. But unlike Synchron, Neuralink's devices requires invasive brain surgery, removing a section of the skull to implant a chip, which is then sealed back in place. So far, no fully implantable BCI has been approved for commercial use. Synchron's device has been implanted in 10 patients across Australia and the U.S. as part of clinical trials. Experts believe FDA approval for broader use could come as soon as 2030. According to Morgan Stanley, BCI technology could serve nearly 10 million people with neurological conditions and unlock a $400 billion market in the process. With Straight Arrow News, I'm Kennedy Felton. Download our app or visit SA.
See, See how they put that dude up there, you know, make it seem like it was a good thing. You know, the nigga can't move. Oh, we got this, you know, we got this chip, you know, or this BCI to, you know, help you feed your dog without moving. You know, you could turn on a fan, you know, to whatever, you know, however fast you want it without moving a finger, you know. You know, to control your iPhone, your iPad, you know, without moving, just by off of, you know, your thoughts, you know. So the 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse. Let me get the NLT real quick. We'll start at verse 8. Then the man of lawlessness will be revealed, all right? And he's being revealed right now, you know. The prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushua are calling them out for the true devil that he is, all right? Because, you know, he got that veil, you know, over, you know, the world, thinking that he's a good guy. You know, he comes to do good things for the people, you know, but you look on the earth, what's going on, ain't nothing but chaos, destruction, you know, death, diseases, all right? It says, but the Lord Yahushua will kill him with the breath of his mouth and destroy him by the splendor of his coming. Yeah, because Yahushua, you know, he's about to take these Edomites down. All right. This man will come to do work of Satan with counterfeit power and signs and miracles. See? He will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction because they refuse to love and accept the truth that would save them. So see, this man is coming to do the work of Satan. All right, Satan just mean an adversary. All right. Adversary to what? The ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, what the Lord wants us to do. All right, so he's pushing this micro C-hip like it's a good thing, you know. But this scripture tells you that he's coming in, you know, he's coming to do the work of Satan. All right, with counterfeit power and signs and miracles. See, that was a miracle, you know. That's a so-called miracle. Oh, man, he don't have to get off his, you know, he don't have to move a muscle to feed his dog. He could turn on, you know, he could do this. He could watch Netflix. He ain't got to move a muscle, you know. That's a miracle right there, you know. It says he will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction. See? And he's going to get a lot of you niggas by just deceiving you, you know, making it seem like it's a good thing to get this Marco C-hip, you know, the MOTB, you know. He's going to get these niggas, you know. But this is Revelations 13:16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right. What is that mark? That's the MOTB. All right. But it said their right hand or their foreheads. All right. And you see, you know, in that video, you know, it was a, you know, in the head, all right? The Greek word for mark is charagma, a stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist, all right? Anti-Hamashiach, all right? So yeah, you know, this micro C-hip, it indicates that you're down with, you know, Esau Edom, all right? Because, you know, there's many antichrists, you know, as the scriptures say, anti-Mashiachs, you know? But yeah, that's what this is going to indicate, you know? The mark branded upon horses, all right? And yeah, a horse, you know, he'll get, a little, what's it called? Damn. Can't remember right now. But basically indicating, you know, that, you know, it'll be a mark upon the, seared, you know, upon the horse, you know, indicating that, oh, this is my horse. Or such and such owns this horse, you know. Same thing with this, the MOTB, all right? It indicates that, I belong to the white man, not you, Lord. That's what it indicates to the Lord, all right? So yes, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So it don't matter your status, how much you make, it don't matter about none of that. If you're here on this earth, hey, you gonna get it, all right? To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So see, you're not gonna be able to, function in society, You're not gonna be able to buy or sell, because they're gonna make everything, you gotta have the micro C hip, if you wanna eat, if you wanna buy, Now it's gonna get that bad, but hey, you gotta have that faith in Yahweh Shem Shah, get right with Yahweh Shem Shah, because, hey, this, matter of fact, let's get this. Revelation 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So see, the hour of temptation, all right? See, it's going to be tempting to take it, because why? He ain't got no food. You're uncomfortable. Your flesh is uncomfortable. All right, and guess what? It said, which shall come upon all the world. Guess what? A lot of niggas here in America is going to take this micro C hip. All right? Why? Because they gave in to the temptation. All right? Ultimately, Yahweh Shem Shah wasn't with them. All right? But for us, being in the truth, all right, doing what we got to do for Yahweh Shem Shah, guess what? We're going to be good. Because guess what? The Lord is going to keep us from taking it, Now look, this is for niggas that do take it. Revelation 14 and verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So yeah, if you down with this system, here, all right, that they got on this earth, hey, you gonna be through the way that they do things, here in Babylon the Great, aka America, or this world, LGBTQ, you're okay with that. All right, the GMO food, you're okay with that. Guess what? You're down with the system. All right, and guess what? You're gonna be destroyed. All right. Verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shem Shah, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So see, so you're gonna feel all, you're gonna feel it basically. All right. When the missiles get shot over here, guess what? For a nigga that takes the micro C hip, the MOTB, you're gonna be left over here in Babylon the Great, aka America, and guess what? You're gonna be burnt. You're gonna burn. You're gonna be tormented. Get the word tormented real quick. Basanizo. To torture. See, you're going to be tortured. Yahweh Shem Shah is going to allow you to feel all that fire. He's going to keep your soul in your, your body, to feel it for however long, This is the punishment for taking, the micro C hip. All right. Yahweh Shah, the angels going to be watching. All right. We're going to be watching, We're going to be in that chair, looking down, like, thanking Yahweh Shem Shah, So that was pretty much it. You know, it's the Lord willing. You know, this lesson was edifying. Gonna give all glory and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, HaKakodash, the Ba'anis of the Apostle and Elders of Great Millstone. All right, shalom.